Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Climb up into your bed and get super comfortable. Make sure that everything is just right in your room. You're wearing your comfortable pajamas. You can relax your body and let go of your busy, busy day. Heidi, Cherry, Vaya, Tucker, and Leo were stood in the back garden at Tucker and Leo's house. The moon was full. It was shining down very brightly, down on them in Tucker and Leo's garden. Tucker had got his magical stone from underneath the Buddha statue, the place where he kept it, really safe. He was holding it in his paw.
I'm not sure about this today. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I have a funny feeling in my tummy. A funny feeling about something. I'm not so sure. I just don't know.
Cherry said,
OMG, Tucker, let's just go. It's been ages since we've asked to be human. Let's just go and see what happens. You never know, right? You just never know.
Leo said, what do you mean, you never know? Up until now, we've been able to ask or get like a general idea of what we want to do, what we want to experience. Is that what you're feeling, Tucker? Are you feeling like it's going to be different this time?
Tucker said, Oh, I don't know, Leo. Leo, I just don't know. It just feels funny in my tummy. You know what it feels like, Leo? You know when you've eaten way too much, Leo? You know like that time when Mummy left the top of the dog food and I was like, hip hip hooray! Oh my goodness gracious me. This is going to be a fun time right now. Because Mummy had gone out shopping and she'd left the top off the dog food and I ate it and I ate it and I ate it and I kept eating it and I kept eating it and I kept eating it some more and then I felt really, really ill and then I felt sick. Oh, and I did get sick and I got so sick and I just burped a lot and I vomited a little bit and that wasn't very nice. But that was a nice snack for later.
Vaya said, Oh, Tucker. Really? Do we have to talk about that?
Tucker said, I don't. Oh, I'm sorry, Vaya. I'm sorry. It's just something doggies do sometimes, you know. Sometimes it's like another meal. Anyway, I'll change the subject. Yes, so, and I was so sick and I was so sick and then I got the runs. And I had the runs so bad and I was runny. Definitely runny. All over the back garden. And Mummy was not happy and half of the dog food had gone and she just bought a new bag and oh my goodness gracious me. Anyway, yeah, that's what my tummy feels like right now.
Leo said, Oh, maybe this is not a good idea right now. Heidi said, Yeah, I mean, let's listen to Tucker. Tucker might have a point. Cherry said,
OMG, Tucker, get over it, man. Get over it. It's just a tummy feeling. It's probably gas, for goodness sake. Anyway, look, I know that you're like feeling it and all that, Tucker, but you know, I'm not feeling anything. I'm just feeling that we're going to have a good time. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have a really good experience. We always have a good experience when we're human. We might get to see some of our friends. Vaya might get to see Mr. Kitty. You just never know. You just never know.
Everyone looked at each other, and then they all kind of nodded and agreed that they should go and see what happens. Tucker held up his white stone with the gold threaded veins running through it. The veins started to light up and sparkle, and the light of the moon shone brightly through the white stone. And there, in the white stone, his magical angel appeared. She was moving her wings as if she was hovering off the ground, paused in a beautiful flight motion. The angel looked at Tucker and said, "You get one wish, just one wish." Tucker closed his eyes and wished that they all became human once again. With a twitch and an itch, and a shudder and a vibration, all of them found themselves, in the daytime, at school, sat in a classroom. All 5 of them looked around as if to say, "Where are we? What's happening? What's going on?" Cherry looked at Tucker and said,
"OMG, Tucker, this is great."
There was a teacher at the front of the class. He clapped his hands very, very loudly, quite aggressively, and everyone stared at him. Everyone in the class, including all of the other kids, there was about 25 of them altogether, went completely silent. Good, you're all listening. Right, you have a test in front of you. You have 1 hour to complete this test. Just 1 hour. If I see anyone talking, if I see anyone looking at someone else's paper, if I see anyone looking at their hand, reading cheat notes, if I see anything suspicious, you will all be in serious trouble, and you will all have to repeat this test 1 more time. Do you understand? Everyone in the class nodded. Some of the kids said, Yes, sir, yes, we understand." Heidi, Cherry, Vaya, Tucker, and Leo stared at each other as if to say, "OMG, where have we landed?" Obviously, they'd landed at school. Even more obviously, they'd landed at school, and they were about to take a math test. Cherry swallowed hard.
Oh no!
OMG, I'm terrible at math. I've never been any good at math. Oh no.
Tucker said,
Oh gosh. You should have listened. I told you, Cherry. I told you.
Leo went very, very quiet. He started to perspire. He got sweat beads across his forehead instantly, and his cheeks flushed bright red as if he was panicking and completely dying inside. But he never said a word. Heidi, that was looking quite suave today, by the way, she had a grey berry on with a grey sweater and jeans, with some black knee-high boots. She looked very, very cute. Heidi said, "Don't worry about it, everyone. We'll be fine. It's just a math test." Vaya said,
Oh, that's okay for you to say. You're actually smart."
Heidi said, "Everyone else is smart here. We've got this, guys. We can do this."
Cherry said, OMG, Heidi, the last time I did math, I did 5 plus 5, and then I times it, and then I threw it over my shoulder, and then I caught it, pulled it between my legs, and then put it back on the paper, and I still didn't understand what it meant. That's what this math's like, Heidi. This is what it's like. It's not like 1 plus 1 is 2. It's not like 5 minus 3 is 2. It's not like 5 times 5 is 25. Yeah, they're easy peasy. I know those. These ones are like fractionated, times it, take it away, throw it across your shoulder, bring it back on the table, and then ask Einstein what he thinks, and then triple it. What on earth? Oh my gosh, OMG, look at the first question.
Cherry read the first question. Vaya said,
Oh, wait, I think I know that. Cherry said, Vaya, that's not helpful.
Heidi said, You've got this, Cherry. You're going to be fine. Tucker looked at Cherry and said,
Cherry, I told you. I think I've got the runs. I think I've got the runs.
Cherry said, OMG, Tucker, if you poop your pants right now in the middle of a math test, we're going to be in so much trouble. Did you see that, teacher? He practically said he was gonna, I don't know what, but it sounded pretty awful.
Tucker said, No, seriously, I can feel it. My guts are rumbling like something terrible.
Leo said, Tucker, please don't poop your pants. Tucker said, I'm going to try, Leo. Leo said, Not only are we sat taking a math test, now I'm even more stressed that you're going to just explode in the middle of the math test. Tucker said, Okay, I won't. But I told you all so much. I was so clear about it. I said my tummy don't feel right about this. And look what happened. We're in a math test of all things. Tucker was looking very cute. He had an AC/DC black t-shirt on and black jeans with black Converse. Cherry didn't even have time to notice. Cherry was just horrified. Cherry said, I mean, I know I sound like I'm exaggerating and everything. The teacher said, Shh, really loud. It is now time to start. Quiet. Silence. Everyone. Seriously. Complete silence. Cherry went white as Vaya. Vaya was already down to question 5 in her mind. She was reading all the questions. She was quite happy about it. It wasn't as bad as she thought. She looked at Cherry and didn't say a word, but she looked at Cherry and looked at her as if to say, You got this, Cherry. You can do it. Cherry swallowed hard once again and looked down at the first question. 3 cars parked in a car park. One car had 17,000 miles on it. The other car had 19,000 miles on it. The other car had 21,000 miles on it. How many miles difference between each car? Cherry was stuck on the cars being in the car park.
OMG, so if 3 cars are in the car park, how come there's only 3 cars in the car park? I mean, since when have you ever been in a car park and you've only seen 3 cars? 3 cars in the car park. What colour were these cars? I mean, are you supposed to know the difference between these cars? It's not saying what kind of car it is. It's not saying...
Cherry was just getting so lost in all the details that weren't in the question. Cherry just had to focus on the math of the question, but Cherry couldn't do that. Cherry was already terrified about math. She convinced herself that she couldn't do math. And now she really was convincing herself because 10 minutes later, she was still trying to figure out who was driving what car. And the math question had not even asked about who was driving a car. It was just asking about the mileage between each car. She completely forgot the point of the question. She didn't even try and do a takeaway or a plus or a minus with the question. She was just trying to figure out who it was that was driving the cars, what kind of cars they were, why there was only 3 cars in the car park, and I wonder what these people look like. You know what? If there is one person that's an old lady and she's driving the car with 17,000 miles on it, gosh, where's she been? How many places do an old lady have to go? She doesn't have to go very... Cherry was so distracted, bless her. But that was Cherry. Leo was sweating so much, his paper on the table was getting soggy. I mean, Leo is so awesome. He's so sensible, calm, loving, kind, obviously very nervous, not very confident, very allergic to things. He was just a timid kind of dog. And when he was a boy, he was just the same. He was a timid kind of boy. And this math test and that mean-sounding teacher was not a good combination for Leo. He was so uncomfortable and so stressed about the whole thing that he sweated that much that all of the ink on his math paper was blurring, and he didn't know what the questions were saying, and he didn't know how to answer them. Heidi went through the questions so fast. She closed the math test, put the pencil down, and then started looking at her friends and looking around the room, and then she was listening to the clock on the wall ticking, and then she was counting how many ticks for a while, and then she was trying to do a song with the ticks in her head, as if she was following the ticks to some kind of beat. Oh, she was so comfortable with the whole thing. She was just one of those cats that was so smart and intelligent, and she read so many books, and she memorized so many things that tests just came so easy to her. She would just read the page, remember it, and then be able to recall it very easily. She was one of those kind of kids, now that she's a kid and not a cat. Tests just came so easy. Vaya was doing okay. She was still taking the test. It wasn't like she'd finished, but she was doing totally fine with it. She was okay. She was actually quite enjoying being at school. Sometimes she would pause and just take a look around, see what some of the girls were wearing. Some of the girls in class looked super cute. There was one girl that had this really, really, really nice green dress on, and it had a frilly collar on it. Vaya liked that a lot. Today, Vaya was wearing white. She had a white sweatshirt on with a hood on it, and the hood had white fur trim on it. It was super cute, and she had white pants and white boots. Cherry was wearing a rainbow-striped sweatshirt, and she had on pink leggings. Leo was wearing jeans and a navy blue sweatshirt. Quite conservative, very normal, just so shy. These guys sat there the entire hour and did the test. Tucker managed not to poop himself, much to Leo's happiness. When the bell rang, the teacher said, "Pens down now, please, everyone. Pens down now. Okay, well done, everyone, and you'll get your results on Monday morning. Good luck, and enjoy your weekend." All the kids scraped their chairs across the floor and stood up. Everyone started talking again. Everyone kind of pulled into groups. They were all throwing their backpacks on their back, talking about how the test went. "Oh, I did terrible," one girl said. Cherry was like, "OMG, girl, I only got to question number 3. They got outside and walked towards the gates of the school as it was the end of the day. It was time to go home. It was really fun being around so many kids, because all of the other kids came out of the classrooms, because when the bell went at the end of the day, everybody was leaving at the same time. So many kids. Any other time it would have been fun. But a math test? Oh, it was just horrible. On the way home, Cherry said, I wonder if we went there because we needed to experience what it was like to be a kid, really, like really human. They must have to take these tests, obviously they do, don't they, at school? And we don't, we don't have to take a test. We don't have to take a math test. I mean, I'm really glad I'm a cat. Because being human and having to take these tests, OMG, it was just like the worst thing in the world. Heidi said, I kind of liked it. It made me kind of think. Made me think and practice my brain. It was good for me. Vaya said, I didn't think it was too bad. And I really liked being in the classroom with everyone. I enjoyed that part. It was nice to see what everyone looks like and what they wear and how they act. It was really nice.
Tucker said. If we don't get home soon, OMG, as Cherry would say, I'm literally gonna poop my pants.
Leo started laughing at Tucker. Now that they were outside, Leo could finally relax, and there was a nice breeze in the air, and it was blowing his sweaty forehead and all his wet hair from all the stress. I just think that math is horrible, and I never want to do it again, said Leo. Tucker said,
No, definitely not. Not me. And next time, guys, when my stomach hurts before we do this, listen.
Everyone agreed that they would listen to Tucker because Tucker was onto something. Maybe it was their angel. Maybe their angel just wanted them to experience a math test. You never know. The end.